What's up, YouTube? Capital G here, take two. Let's try not to trigger anybody. People thought I was too braggy in the last video. I was too arrogant. I don't really understand that. When it comes to Grave of the Super Ancient Organism, I'm not saying, hey, look at me, I'm so awesome, I can make a card go up 5 times in price. I'm the new Patrick. Like, I really don't care what the price of Grave of the Super Ancient Organism is. I don't get any money based on this card going up in price. It doesn't like make my channel grow or anything like that. I don't get anything out of it. The reason that I showed my video and I explained it the way I did is because I feel like I have an obligation, if I'm going to talk about card prices, if I know the reason to the best of my ability as to why a card price went up or down, shouldn't I explain it? Like, why would I not explain it to the audience? You can't expect every single player out there, every person who watches the video, to know exactly what you know. So if a card price went up, I'm gonna try to explain it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that Grave of the Super Ancient Organism sold out and it quadrupled in price because I put out a video talking about it. There are gonna be a lot of people who see the video and like, Cap, that card sucks. Why is it $20? Well, if I don't explain, they'll never know. You know what I mean? Like, I'll get 50 comments saying that card's trash. Now, there are a lot of people who still think this card isn't that good. I disagree. I think it's good. I think it's a really good card, which is why I bought some last year. But I mean, like, I'm not trying to brag. I don't care if this card goes up. If it's $1 tomorrow, like, I don't care. Actually, if it was $1 tomorrow, I'd probably buy a third just to have a full play set. But the second thing is, for anybody out there who's just like, oh my god, Cap, you're so terrible now, your videos are so bad, I hate you, I'm gonna dislike every. If you were like that, could you just go ahead and just unsubscribe? I'm not trying to be that typical YouTuber who's just like a jerk and tells everybody he doesn't care about their opinions. I do care and respect everybody else's opinions, but I get a lot of people who just don't watch the video and just dislike. If you don't watch my videos and you don't enjoy them, like, why are you still subscribed? I mean, I think it'd just be better for me and you to just go our separate ways. Like, if you unsubscribe, you don't have to see my videos anymore, and I don't really have to read any more mean comments. Like, it's the perfect breakup. Everyone wins. And I'm not trying to be facetious or like condescending or anything. I'm being like 100% honest. My channel is moving in a good direction. I'm getting more views than I ever have had, even though I've been doing this for like 6 years. So it's like, I don't want all that negativity around me. Like, if you enjoy my videos, awesome, excellent. You're not going to enjoy every video. You're not going to agree with everything. You don't have to dislike, or you don't have to like every video I post, but like, it's just, hey, Cap, you were too arrogant in your title. Dislike, like, what is that even? I don't even understand that. So anyways, Grave of the Super Ancient Organism, because there are going to be a lot of people who didn't see the first video and don't understand why this card went up. The Grave of the Super Ancient Organism, when I made my first video, it was like a $5 card. The card was sold out for about 2 days, and it's currently sitting out. It's currently oh my god, I can't speak. Currently sitting at about $20. I think. Oh wow. So, well, that's crazy. There was a, When I first did this video like an hour ago, there was an ultimate copy for like $17, and I guess it just sold. So it looks like ultimates are $28. Wow, that's damn. The Yu-Gi-Oh market is crazy. The shit moves. Okay, so now that I refresh, looks like somebody listed a couple of copies for $9. Wow. Okay, so there are a couple of copies for like $9 a pop, and it's the same person who's selling his for $17. This is just weird. Okay, this is weird. But anyways, Grave of the Super Ancient Organism went up. I mean, personally, I think the card is good. I think it has a lot of potential. You don't have to agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't personally spend more than like $10 on the card, because it's not, you can't side it against every deck. You only side it against decks that play a lot of high level monsters, decks that like to fuse, decks that like to synchro, and decks that like to beat you down with their big ass monsters. Decks like, Dark Lords, DDD, Blue Eyes. Those are the 3 main decks I would side this in for, although 2 of those decks aren't technically out in the TCG. Like, you can't, I mean, DDDs are, but until Pendulum Domination comes out, I mean, it's not like fully out. Next up is everything hero related. So I personally think heroes are going to be a good deck. You don't have to agree with me. That's perfectly fine. But these hero cards have not been printed in a very long time. By the time that Tree Toad heroes become a thing in November, the Hero Strike Structure deck will be almost 2 years old, because I think it came out in January 2015. So it'll be about what, like 23, 22 months-ish, around that time frame. And Shadow Mist has never been reprinted. So she's currently sitting at about, she's a $5 card, and you pretty much have to play 3 of her in any copy of or any type of hero deck that you're going to build. So I mean, you're basically looking at $15 for a playset. If you don't have any interest in playing heroes, I would probably just sell the card. She could go to like Now I don't. It's hard for me to envision her being a $10 suit, like being a $10 card out of a structure deck. Like that seems very hard to believe. I could see her going at like $8 or somewhere around that. Let's see. We've got 10 goldfish. 10 goldfish has actually gone up across the board. The cheapest copy right here is actually $7. These are just for like the commons and whatnot. If you want the supers will put you back about $10. I think the supers really just went up because of all the Tree Toad hype and the fact that Tree Toad will be coming out in about a month and a half, give or take. I think you're going to see a lot of decks playing Tree Toads. If you're a rarity hoarder like I am, obviously you want like super rares. You could, like I said, you could splash this in the Dino Mist. I don't really see the harm in that. I think more hero players will probably like run one copy of Goblinberg and 310 goldfish just so that they can summon it. My Utopia deck uses this. And if you're just running a level 4 deck, I think you'll just see a lot of people start playing 10 goldfish as their double summon instead of things like Goblinberg, because everybody can run Norden. So I mean, there's 2 waters right there. But if you have other waters like Gigabyte or pretty much all your Dino Mist out of level 4, or all like the Mermail level 4 is Dragoons, then you're going to see people using this card to make like Bahamut Shark Tree Toad. Hero Lives. This card's crazy because I didn't actually look at the commons the first time I did this video. The common version of a Hero Lives is actually $2, so $2 commons, not bad. The ultra versions coming out of Generation 4s are about $8.50-ish. This is a card that you can only play it in Heroes. If you don't have any interest in playing Heroes, just go ahead and sell those, because I think the market is really good right now. Although I think these ultra rare copies could hit $10, just because hero players, their deck is still relatively cheap. So I mean, a lot of them they didn't have to spend a lot of money on like a lot of high price cards, so they may be more inclined to like rarity bump their deck. So I could see people definitely spending maybe $10 on copies of a Hero Lives. I feel like this card has been expensive in the past before. I feel like this is not anything that shocking. Bahamut Shark has been going up, and actually since I made that first video, Ultra Reality Games listed 4 copies of Bahamut Shark. So there are actually some really cheap copies of it. You can get it right here for under $3, but when these copies are gone, the card will go up to about $4.50 again. Bahamut Shark, the copies out of Abyss Rising are pretty damn expensive. A lot of them are almost $15, so you probably don't want to mess with that. Probably just want to stick to the Gold Series copy, or the Gold Series copies. These are all, like, everything has to do with Tree Toad. You're going to see a lot of level 4 decks being able to summon a card that was really really intended to be played in like level 2 frog decks and other like aqua decks, like or level 2 water decks like Paleozoic and whatnot. So this card's price is really tied directly to Tree Toad. Even though Tree Toad isn't coming out for a month and a half, you can expect Bahamut Shark to go up, and a lot of people will just need one copy. So if you've got a copy, you're pretty much safe. I wouldn't necessarily try and pick these up and like sell them or anything, flip them. Like I don't think that it's worth the risk, honestly, with Bahamut Shark. Here's a card I actually missed from the first video. Somebody's like, hey Cap, how come you didn't talk about Photon Thrasher? It's kind of crazy. They're like, I thought there was a gold copy of Photon. I thought there was like a Gold Series Photon Thrasher. I could be totally wrong about that, but the cheapest copies of Photon Thrasher are like $4, and this is a common from Order of Chaos. So I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that we're basically 1 month from ABCs, and people they keep up with the OCG, man. ABC has been an extremely good deck, and if you're not playing the Galaxy Soldier rank 5, potentially going to Cyber Dragon Infinity build of like ABC, I think you're playing the Photon Thrasher build, and I think Photon Thrasher is you know what, I'm not even gonna say, I was gonna say a 2 of, but I don't want to be wrong. So you'll probably play a couple of copies of it though, because it's a light, so it goes into Tsukiyomi. You can draw, like, you can really just get out the copies of ABCs in your hand and draw like hopefully spells and traps, and then still summon your ABC Buster Dragon, or just have cards in your hand to like use the ABC Buster Dragon's effect. This is I swear to goodness there's a Gold Series copy of this. Maybe I'm just losing my mind, but this is a card that, if you're not playing ABCs or you don't plan on playing them, just go ahead and sell them, because I mean, I guess it is good in other light level 4 or like light level 4 rank 4 decks, but the main deck is going to be like ABC rank 4. And then the last card I believe is Victoria. Yeah, Victoria. The secret rare copies coming out of Stardust Overdrive are $14. This isn't, wow, my god, this isn't even a mint copy. Okay, so if you want a mint copy, you have to spend $15.50 to get Victoria. The obvious is obvious. Go for the common. Victoria basically is a card that lets you special summon a dragon from your opponent's graveyard. I mean, seems okay in the Blue Eyes matchup. I don't think it's that good, but I did come to the conclusion that it could be just fire if you're playing like the Ritual Herald deck and you're playing against Blue Eyes. Obviously, you can't side Light Imprisoning Mirror, so this would be a good card because it's a fairy, so if you don't summon it, you can just pitch it for your Herald of Perfection, and it actually protects your Herald of Perfection, so it makes it so fairies on your side of the field cannot be attacked except this card. So basically, if you have her and you have Honest and against a deck like Blue Eyes, you should be pretty good unless they use like alternatives effect, but you should be able to blow alternative effect up with your Herald of Perfection. So I think this card is okay. Like, I think it has okay applications against Blue Eyes, but I would mainly just play it in Herald, and at that point, if you're just going to play it in one deck, like, just get the common copies. You could splash this in the mirror match, you could splash it into other decks, but I can't recommend anybody buying this card at $14. It's just too expensive, or actually $15.50 if you want a mint copy of the card. So let me know what you guys think. Did I miss out on any of the cards? Hopefully I was less braggy in this video. I still don't understand that, but I'm not really that upset. So hopefully everybody enjoyed this video. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. I'll change the title since people didn't like the title. I'll change the title to something else, and subscribe if you have not already.